Hi guys, today we are going to see data interpretation based on income and expenditure. So this is one of the favorite questions for IBPS. Before going to questions, first let us see some of the things to remember, like the basic formula to remember. So the profit is nothing but the difference between income and expenditure. So profit percentage calculation, so profit by expenditure into 100. Coming to explain from if the income and profit is given, so we can calculate the expenditure as income into 100, the profit percentage into 100, and we can calculate the income based on these formulas. So coming to the purpose of data interpretation, we have to reduce two more formulas from based on these two equations. Like, so if income of both the companies are given, then ratio of expenditure E1 by E2 is equal to 100 plus P2 by P1 into I2 by X. So these two equations are very important because we can expect 2 to 3 questions based on these two equations. So to remember this, E1 by E2 is equal to the reverse order of E2 should come on the numerator. So I1 should come to the denominator. So 100 plus P2 by 100 plus P1 into I2 by X. And in the case of incomes, it was like the same order we will follow, like 1 1 1. So I1 by I2 is equal to 100 plus P1% by 100 plus P2% into E1 by I2. I have taken some of the previous SBI PO questions to get familiarity with this. So let's get started. They have given profit percentages on the y-axis and years on the x-axis from varying from 91 to 97. And for the company A, they are represented in a thin line like this. And for company B, it is represented as a thick line. And here it is 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100. So coming to the questions, if the total expenditure in 1992 for company B was 140 crore, what was the total expenditure in that year? So the profit percentage of the company B in 92 is this one. So it is 45. So we have to find the expenditure. So here the income is nothing but the profit plus expenditure. So if you consider expenditure as 100%, so profit comes as 145%. Sorry, income comes to 145%, which is given as 140 crore. We have to calculate the expenditure, so which is nothing but the 100%. So this is just very simple case, like 10 pence cost 20 rupees, what the cost of 5 pence. So just by cross multiplication, we get this as 140 into 100 by 145. So looking at the numbers and the options, so these options are without any decimals. So here, looking at these numbers, we can say that this will not go directly, like it will come as a decimal point. So the answer will be none of this. So coming to next question. If the total expenditure of 1993 and 1994 together of company B was 279 crores, what was the total income on these years? Here in this case, it comes like two expenditures. So we can take as two variables and one equation. So solving two variables with one equation, we cannot reduce two variables from single equation. We need at least minimum of two equations for two variables to be reduced. So here in this case, we cannot reduce things. So it is data inadequate. So as a thumb rule, we can keep it as like for these type of questions, we can directly mark this as data inadequate. Coming to next question, how many of the given years the percentage of expenditure to the income of company A was less than 50? So here percentage of expenditure to the income. So expenditure by income less than 50%. So since they gave it as percentages, so this we can write it as 1 by 2, 50 by 100. So because since it is percentage, so we can tell it like so income by expenditure is nothing but so we have formula like E equal to I into 100 by 100 plus profit percentage. So from that I can reduce like 100 by 100 plus P profit. This profit percentage should be less than 1 by 2. So solving this, we can get it as profit should be greater than 100. So looking at the graph, we can say that none of these companies has a graph going beyond the 100. So the answer is none of this. So in the examinations, so it should be like you should directly write this equation. You should reduce the number of steps. There is no point of writing the same question in the rough sheet. So wasting of your time. So it should be like you should directly reduce to a step and directly you should, yep, should be able to reduce the equation to this. So coming to the next questions. If the total expenditure of company B in 1994 was 200 crore, what was the total income? So they have given us the expenditure. So we take generally expenditure is 100%. 100% is 200 crores. What was the total income? So we have profit as it is in the 94. So company B in 94. This is the things. So it is comes to 40. So profit is 40. So income is 140. So we have to find the 140. So this again a simple equation like 200 into the cost multiplication 200 into 140 by 100, which comes out to be 280 crores. So in the examination you should be able to directly reduce the equation, and we have to come to the conclusion as soon as possible because we have a very limited time. We should not waste time in these simple questions. Coming to the next question. In which of the following years was the total income more than double the total expenditure in that year of company B? So here it was given like income is more than 2 times the expenditure. You have to find in each of these years it was like. So as in the previous, in the third question, it was I have given like income by we got expenditure by income. So here it is income by expenditure. So it is nothing from the formulas we can reduce like 100 plus profit percentage by 100 should be greater than 2. So which we can directly write it as should be greater than 100. So from the graph, none of the companies having the profits beyond this 100%. So we can directly give it as none of this. So coming to the next question. So here in this question, so we are company A is represented by this symbol and company B is represented by this symbol. So varying from 93 to 98, company A is on the profit percentage from 0 to 120. So coming to the question, the income of company A in 1996 and the income of company B in 1997 are equal. So I1 is equal to I2. So it was given like I1 is equal to I2. From what will be the ratio of expenditure of company A in 96, expenditure of to the expenditure of company B in 97. So E1 by E2. So I can write it like expenditure of company of 96. It is company A. Expenditure of company B in 97. You have to be careful in the expenditure because which comes like in the numerator part we have to take the company B. So 100 plus profit of company B in 97 divided by 100 plus profit of company A in 96. So this is for company A, this is for company B, into this is IB by IA. So since it is I1 by I2 is equal to 7, I can remove this. So directly we can get like 100 plus. So profit of 97 in B, profit of company B in 97. Company B is represented by this symbol. So this is a profit of, so it is between 60 and 80. So we can take it as 70. So it comes to 170. So because since 100 plus 70, 170. So company A in 96, company A is represented by triangle, this one in 96, so it is 160. So we can deduce that by option B. Coming to next question. If the expenditure of company B increased by 20% from 1995 to 1996, the income in 1996 will be how many times the income in 1995? Again, this is somewhat a tricky question, but this is a simple question. So expenditure in 96 is given as 20%, increased by 20%. So I can write it as 1.2 times expenditure in 95. Now coming to, so we have to find that like what is income in 96 to the income in 95. So it is income in 96 divided by income in 95 is equal to 100 plus P in 96. So P in 96 for company B, P in 96 and for company B is 80. So it is 180 divided by, again, so P in 95 of company B, so it is also same, so it is 180, sorry, into, and so E96 by E95. So E96 by E95 I can take directly as 1.2. So it gives like E96 is equal, I96 is equal to 1.2 times I95. So our answer is 1.2.